America's pharmaceutical dependency on foreign nations has reached a crisis point that threatens our national security. And the Trump administration just dropped a bombshell solution that's got the entire drug industry talking. The Food and Drug Administration just unveiled a game-changing initiative called the PreCheck program, designed to slash the bureaucratic nightmare that's been choking domestic drug manufacturing for decades. But here's where it gets controversial. This move comes at a time when over half of the medicines Americans depend on are manufactured overseas, with only a measly 11% of active pharmaceutical ingredient companies operating on US soil. Think about that for a moment. When a global crisis hits, we're essentially at the mercy of foreign governments for our life-saving medications. China and India control massive chunks of our drug supply chain. And that's a reality that's been keeping national security experts awake at night. The PreCheck program emerged as a direct response to President Trump's executive order from May, which demanded the FDA eliminate the regulatory maze that's been discouraging companies from building manufacturing facilities in America. The current system is so broken that it can take anywhere from 5 to 10 years just to establish new pharmaceutical manufacturing capacity. The White House has labeled this timeline as completely unacceptable from a national security perspective. And frankly, it's hard to argue with that assessment. But here's the part most people miss. While this sounds like a win-win situation, the pharmaceutical industry is walking on eggshells. Trump has been making noise about imposing tariffs on imported drugs, a move that could fundamentally reshape how Americans access certain treatments. Industry leaders are frantically investing in US manufacturing facilities, with giants like Johnson & Johnson, AbbVie, and Eli Lilly announcing major domestic investments. But is this genuine enthusiasm or just corporate damage control? FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary didn't mince words when he explained the urgency behind this initiative. According to Makary, America's gradual over-reliance on foreign drug manufacturing has created genuine national security vulnerabilities that can no longer be ignored. The PreCheck program represents one piece of a larger puzzle aimed at rebuilding America's pharmaceutical independence and ensuring a resilient domestic drug supply. So how exactly does this revolutionary program work? The FDA has structured it as a two-phase approach that promises to transform how quickly companies can establish manufacturing operations in the United States. The first phase, called the Facility Readiness Phase, creates unprecedented opportunities for pharmaceutical companies to collaborate directly with FDA regulators during critical development stages. Instead of operating in the dark during facility design, construction and pre-construction phases, companies will have regular touchpoints with regulatory experts who can guide them through potential pitfalls before they become expensive problems. Companies will also utilize specialized drug master files, comprehensive facility-specific documents that provide detailed information about site layouts and operational procedures, essentially creating a blueprint that regulators can review and approve more efficiently. The second phase, known as the Application Submission Phase, focuses on eliminating the communication gaps that have historically plagued the approval process. This phase introduces pre-application meetings between FDA officials and pharmaceutical companies, creating opportunities for early feedback that can resolve issues before they derail entire projects. The goal is to streamline assessments of quality information in drug applications and inspections, particularly focusing on the chemistry, manufacturing, and control section. The comprehensive overview that details drug substances, manufacturing processes, and quality control measures. While the FDA has scheduled a public meeting for September 30th to present detailed information about the program and discuss additional proposals for overcoming current onshoring challenges, concrete specifics remain frustratingly vague. The agency hasn't revealed exactly which requirements might be eliminated or provided realistic timelines for how much faster the approval process could become. And this is the part most people miss. The success of this program depends entirely on implementation details that haven't been finalized yet. Will the FDA actually eliminate meaningful bureaucratic hurdles? Or are we looking at another government program that sounds impressive on paper but delivers minimal real-world impact? But wait, there's another story unfolding in the healthcare space that's equally controversial and potentially more disruptive than anything happening with drug manufacturing. OpenAI just launched GPT-5, and the company is making bold claims about revolutionizing healthcare through artificial intelligence. Whether you love it or hate it, patients are increasingly turning to ChatGPT for health-related questions. And OpenAI is doubling down on this trend with their latest AI model. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman made a striking statement during a CNBC Squawk Box interview, claiming that healthcare represents the area with the strongest improvement of any category in GPT-5's capabilities. According to Altman, health-related questions constitute a huge fraction of ChatGPT usage, and he's positioning GPT-5's enhanced health capabilities as providing genuine service to people seeking medical information. Here's where it gets controversial. Should patients be relying on AI chatbots for health advice, even sophisticated ones like GPT-5? The company claims their latest model can proactively flag health concerns, ask relevant questions, and generate more precise and reliable responses than previous versions. They've even developed a specialized benchmark called Health Bench, created alongside 262 doctors from 60 countries, based on 5,000 conversations that simulate realistic health scenarios. Dr. Daria Unutmaz, a professor and human immunologist featured in OpenAI's promotional materials, enthusiastically endorses GPT-5 as a research tool that helps him brainstorm, interpret data, and predict experimental outcomes. But here's the controversial part. Unutmaz believes GPT-5 will empower patients to advocate for themselves and feel more confident when talking to their doctors. Is this technological empowerment, or are we creating a generation of patients who think they can diagnose themselves with AI assistance? The implications are staggering, and the medical community is divided on whether this represents progress or a dangerous trend towards self-diagnosis. These two stories, the FDA's manufacturing initiative and OpenAI's healthcare AI push, represent fundamentally different approaches to strengthening America's healthcare infrastructure. One focuses on rebuilding physical manufacturing capabilities within our borders, while the other leverages artificial intelligence to potentially transform how patients interact with medical information. Both initiatives raise profound questions about the future of American healthcare. Are we witnessing genuine solutions to long-standing problems, or are these just politically motivated moves that will create new complications down the road? What's your take on these developments? Do you think reshoring drug manufacturing is worth the potential cost increases for patients? Or should we focus on maintaining global supply chains that keep medications affordable? And when it comes to AI in healthcare, are you comfortable with the idea of patients using ChatGPT for health advice? Or does this cross a dangerous line that could undermine the doctor-patient relationship? Share your thoughts and let's have a real conversation about where American healthcare is heading.